during our last game, so during our last game, you all went to Corvala's place to try to talk her into giving you the books to go back to Waterdeep with. She was persistent and kept saying no. You guys ended up going off into the marshlands to try to come up with a plan where you were ambushed by some. I'm here. Hello, Lady Tubbington. She's like my only my favorite viewer. She's always there. No, I'm kidding. So anyway, yeah, you guys were ambushed by some thugs who thought they were going to get a quick some quick money off you. You ended up going back to Corvala's, where Hemlock and Mildred decided to sneak inside by turning into spiders. While they were doing that, we had Leopold to at the door trying to talk his way, kind of distract her. And I just realized I don't have anyone in the turn order, but that's fine. So while they were doing that, Mildred and Hemlock were going through the room, and they didn't realize that there were some Gingwatsums in there disguised as swords. The Gingwatsums, with their blind sight, saw these little tiny morsels that they could easily consume since they were starving. And when they tried to attack, that's when Mildred turned back into humanoid form, and Hemlock kind of ran out the door underneath. At that point, Corvala was coming through, and Mildred was able to cast Charm Person on her, which worked. She came in, she saw Mildred. At first, she screamed at her, "What are you doing here?" But then when she charmed her, Corvala kind of immediately calmed down and now sees her as her friend. So, yeah, Mildred, you came out, you casted the spell, and Corvala, she, as it took effect, what? Oh, I didn't even hear you come in.
I know, dear, I snuck in like a mouse, but I was hoping that we could have a cup of tea and discuss some things. And I brew a wonderful pot of tea. Let's go in the other room and we can have a nice little discussion, huh?
As that point, Zan comes in and he says, "What's going on in here?" And Corvala says, "Oh no, it's just Mildred. She's visiting." And he looks like really confused. He's looking at Corvala and he's looking at Mildred, and he says, "I don't understand. You said we weren't supposed to work with them because you didn't trust them." "Oh, I think it's fine." And she looks at you, Mildred, right? "We could trust you."
Oh, absolutely, of course, dear. I'm just a wee old lady, Let's have a pot of tea and we can talk about those books.
She says, "That's a great idea. Zan, why don't you go get us some tea?" And he's like, and he kind of just looks a little confused at the moment, and he starts to walk to the kitchen.
All right.
So, Fader, the door was open for you because you opened the door in your last turn. So you just saw Zan come back out. I guess he would have actually noticed you standing in the doorway, and he pauses and he turns to Corvala and he says, "Her friends are at the front door." "Oh, well, we can trust them, right, Mildred? They're friends of yours."
Yes, we're all friends here, just having a good old time, no problems whatsoever.
And she tells Zan to let you guys in. He begrudgingly says, "Oh, come in."
It's so good to see you all again. Really glad we get back together.
I guess, yeah, because Fader and Leopold don't know yet. So he says, "Your friends are in the other room with Corvala, talking."
I'll look and make sure Leopold sees me, and I'll step into the house.
Okay. So she says to you, Mildred, "So, have you given my request any thought? Would you be able to help us bring back my friend?"
Yes, I've been thinking about that quite a bit, and we actually talked to some individuals in town about it. And, I think that sounds like something that perhaps we could help you with. It is a an expensive proposition, but I think we all need to group together in order to overcome this difficult task.
She says, that would be lovely.
Yes, lovely indeed.
So what did
How
you
about
have
we
in
go back
mind?
in the other room and we can discuss with my other friends and figure something out. And like as she walks away, I like look at the spider and I like point over at this room over here, and I'm like,
Give her the hand signals.
yes.
What do you do, Britt? You put up your little two front legs, like, okay.
Yeah.
And you start to crawl over, okay? Yeah, Corvala walks into this room. She sees Fader standing in the door, and she says, oh, please, come in, come in.
I am paused. I think the game's paused.
Oh,
We're
sorry.
paused.
I'll put you in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you can hear Zan inside the kitchen. He's talking to another person in there whose name is Marliza, and you can hear him like, I don't know, like you can hear them just mumbling. It sounds like more like he's, I don't know, confused. And it sounds like gossip going on in there. Bunch of whispers. Okay, so yeah, Corvala comes in. Fader walks in. What does Leopold do?
What? Okay, sure.
It's so good to have everyone back together again. This seems like such better circumstances than last time. Dear, I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit more about your friend that we're going to be working so hard to revive.
Oh, she says, well, as I mentioned, she's just the one who was in charge of our pack.
Oh, yes.
And she's very important to us. She
Oh, she's
helped
important
us.
to me too.
She helped us get away from the typical stigmas of jackal-wares, and we try to live in peace.
Oh, I understand. So, how did you go about doing something like that?
Well, how do you live in peace? I'm sure it's the same. We just try to stay out of trouble.
Oh, she helped you stay out of trouble. What sort of trouble were you getting into beforehand?
She says, I don't think you understand. You know the stigma on jackal-wares. People just
Yes.
think we're all bad, and we're not. And so
course.
she embraced this life, and we all, came to her.
Oh, so she's been helping you to hide, essentially.
No, live a better life. We shouldn't have to hide just because we're jackal-wares.
I agree. I guess I'm just a little bit confused about what she actually did. I mean, I am sure that she helped you greatly. It's just,
Would
what's
you
different?
not want to bring back your parents? She was like a mother to us.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes, no, I totally, yes, I very much would wish to bring back my own mother if I could. She's been gone for quite some time, though,
She says, yes, we miss her a lot. Her name was no, what was her name? I just had it. Nadilia.
Okay. What exactly happened to her?
She was murdered.
Do we know by who?
Not everyone wants us around.
Hmm.
It's a horrible existence. We're always in fear that someone's going to try to kill us for no reason. Just
I can
because of what we are.
Yes, it's a
And-
terrible thing.
She died protecting us.
So, but do you know who? Obviously, you knew who did it then.
She goes, it must have been enemies of... I keep saying her name wrong. Nadalia.
Ladalia, yes. Well, fair enough, yes. When she comes back, what are you supposing she's gonna want to do about all this?
She says, I think we would just continue to practice our way of life and try to stay Yeah, stay safe.
Okay. Seems innocuous enough.
Well, this looks lovely.
Isn't it though? They're about to bring out the tea. I'm very excited.
I see. How long will tea last?
Well, hopefully not more than an hour. I think that's a probably a good time frame. You know, we've got our own things to do. You know.
An hour. Okay.
Yes. Maybe 55 minutes or so.
So, yeah, when she was like explaining everything to her, you can tell in her voice like it brings up kind of hard and difficult memories. So she kind of gets angry at what happened to them and the fact that Nadalia was killed. So you kind of get that feeling also from her when she's talking about it. So it's not really a comfortable subject that she really wants to talk about. And you can kind of see she's getting a little worked up.
Hopefully, a hot cup of tea will calm your nerves, dear.
She goes, I'm sorry. It's just I owe everything to Nadalia, and I'm going to do my best to bring her back. It just angers me how humans, and she kind of pauses and treat others not like them.
I know, dear. They don't treat old, dirty, short ladies very nice either. They leave us in ratty hotels while they go off to their fancy places by themselves. It's really a shame. I like fancy things too, And I give Bunk a dirty look. Leopold a dirty look.
I just trace my pointy ears for a minute and be like, okay.
Kravala's a little confused. Sorry, Hemlock, back to you real quick. Well, while we're in that same room, actually, what is Fader doing in the corner?
Fader is standing with his back into the corner. The doors, the one to the kitchen and the one just to my left, are they open or closed?
The one to the kitchen is closed. The one to your left is open.
Can I see anything through it from where I'm standing?
Wait a minute here. Can you guys see through all the walls? You can, can't you?
Yes.
That's funny.
Yes.
I just realized the light. But it doesn't matter. There's really nothing in here. So, I'm sorry. You could... Wait, what's your question again?
Can I see anything through the door to the north to my left?
You just... No. You can... It's closed. But you probably would have seen at the last minute like a little spider go underneath. And yeah, that's where Hemlock. When you walk into this room, you see, except for a corner with 2 stacks of wooden trunks, the walls of this room are lined with half-empty bookshelves. Yeah, so it's a lot of books in here. They're all on the shelves. You could tell like these are, they look like legitimate books from where you're standing. Probably their inventory that they sell at the Wide. And then you can see some trunks over at the far wall.
Okay. I bamf it. I don't see anything else, right? Like,
No, you see, yeah, the two stacked wooden trunks, and then the walls, and then yeah.
Then I'll turn
half-empty
into
bookshelves.
my normal self.
Sorry, I should have put you in the room. All right. So yeah, you morph back into your normal self.
Do I see any of the books that we came for?
Well, you're looking through the books. Give me a perception check, and then I'll go back to the other guys. So yeah, at this point, the door opens. Zan comes in with some tea. He hands it out. He has a little tray. He looks at Leopold and Fader to see if they would like some as well.
I'm good, thank you.
Yes, please. I would like some.
He pours some tea and gives each of you a glass, including Corvala. Then he excuses. No, then he kind of stays inside with you guys, but closes the door to the kitchen. So, yep.
I always love a good pinch of mushroom powder with my tea. It really, gets the juices flowing.
Oh, I never been. Forgive me, big into mushrooms, but.
Oh, would you
I'm
care
sure
for
they
a pinch?
taste. Oh, not really my thing. Actually, well, actually, sure. I'll try it.
Excellent. Yes, here's a wee pinch of mushroom powder. And what about you, dear? I looked at the guy who gave us the tea. I'm like, would you care for some mushroom powder with your tea? It's really special stuff.
He says, no, thank you. I'm good.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. Yeah, the tea is just like, if you sip it, Fader, it's just regular tea, nothing, it's like a black tea. It doesn't seem any special or anything like that. And then she kind of looks at Mildred and she says, but enough about Nadalia. What can we do to get some money?
That's a good question, well, we're in the adventuring life, so perhaps we can find some quests to perform, or perhaps we can search for a dangerous dungeon full of treasures, a dragon's hoard, all, things of this nature. She
says, you would do that for us?
Well, as long as we got to share in the earnings, of course.
That is very sweet of you. Hemlock. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Is it indeed?
No. Hemlock, as you look through the bookshelves, you do not see the book that you were looking for. Neither one, the one that Leopold asked you about, or the actual book that you were looking for.
Gotcha.
Not on the shelves, anyway, when you look at the shelves.
Can I go for the chest?
Which one?
Check for trap. How many? The one on the right.
Okay.
Can I check for traps?
Well, they're stacked. There's one on the bottom, one on top.
Okay.
So I guess it would be the one on top. You would check first.
Yeah.
Give me. How are you gonna check for traps? Are you gonna poke at it or just look at it?
I'm gonna poke at it with my staff.
I mean, how do you check for traps? Like,
I don't know.
You're just gonna hit it and tink, tink, tink.
First, she's checking to see if it's alive.
Yeah, I'm seeing if it's alive first, and then like one of those soul suckers.
Okay. All right. Okay, so yeah, you go there and you poke at it. When you poke at this chest, your staff kind of hits it, but when it hits it, it kind of feels soft and mushy. It goes, and then you realize your staff is stuck. Roll initiative, everybody.
Farts.
As this thing just starts to move very gelatinous-like and turn into a big mouth trying to eat you. You see in front of you a mimic.
Get 2 of these, Dan.
This group of happy, friendly little deckelwares do cultivate, quite a few dangerous creatures.
Well, they don't know about it. You guys don't know about that yet. Are you just saying this? Are you just saying this about the other things, though?
Yes.
Oh. She says to you, I know. She says, to be honest, I didn't realize that they needed to feed like that, and it's unfortunate that they attacked somebody.
Can I roll insight on that?
Yeah. $25. Yeah, I mean, she seems very sincere that she really didn't know to the extent that these things would go. She ordered them, and she quickly tells you she ordered them like not to attack people. She didn't realize they would eventually give in to hunger. So since you guys don't know what's happening, we're gonna skip right through as you guys are talking to Hemlock. So what do you do?
Ooh. Oh no, I'm not supposed to be here.
Well, she should be at like a distance, right? Because she poked the stick.
Staff is only 5 feet, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
But I mean, that
Trap.
doesn't that
it
like,
has to
give
be.
her-
It's gonna be the same length as the attack.
I am going to.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you want to be, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. You could be 5 feet away, but your staff is still stuck to it
Oh no, not my.
because you could have, yeah, just kind of. You're not actually attacking, but you would need more of it closer to you.
I bamf back into the spider. Like, get out.
So you drop the staff. Alright. You so okay, wait, well, let's see. You turn into a spider, but the mimic is gonna go after you, so how far can you walk as a spider?
20 feet, I think we said.
Oh, was that it? Okay, so you would just crawl under the door. So you bam into a
Yeah.
little spider and you crawl under the door. But I guess the staff, when you let go, the end of it kind of hits the ground, ting, makes a little banging noise. I don't think the mimic would want to eat it, so it's probably just gonna let it slick off of it. Do mimics eat staffs? No, because they turn into stuff. So, so yeah, you just hear a ting ting ting. It kind of like just echoes through the room as you crawl under the door, and yeah, you get out. I guess that was out of initiative then. So. That was quick. But the noise echoes through. Fader, Mildred, you all can hear this noise of a staff, ting, ting, and Corvala and Zan kind of look up and, what was that?
Oh, what was that?
And they start to get up to walk over to the back room. Oh, no, she tells Zan to do it. She goes, Zan, go check it out.
Yes, go check it out. What's going on in there?
So he steps over here, he opens the door, he looks in, he closes the door, and then he comes back and he says, I don't understand. There's a staff on the floor that fell against the wall. Did someone put it in there? And Corvallis just says, I don't remember bringing a staff in. Perhaps one of the others did. We'll have to ask them later. Okay. And then he kind of, let me see if he's going to be curious. All right, so he kind of just like, yeah, probably. Not sure what fell it over. And Corvala says, perhaps something moved in there, and gave him a look. Oh, so anyway.
Well, yes, we're gonna have to try and see. This is a big city, but it's quite possible that we can find the location of a significant amount of money somewhere and go adventuring for it like good old adventurers do.
She says,
Perhaps you know of something. You seem like a savvy, knowledgeable woman.
I wouldn't. I can't disagree with that. But she says, that's why we are selling our books, and we tried, to sell. I mean, I guess if we could sell our books that are worth a lot of money, it would totally be worth it. I'm willing to let you take them if you promise to sell them for us and bring us the money. Zan looks at her. Corvala, that's not really wise.
Promises. Well, I mean, I promise to try. I don't like to be in the business of guarantees. It's so difficult these days, but we will try to sell them.
And
For
you'll
sure.
and you'll bring it back if you cannot.
Of course.
Kovala, I don't think this is a good idea, he says. Does anyone say anything?
I say,
We will-
listen, dear. You know, what kind of person doesn't trust a face like this? You know, just.
I
You're
would
in the
like-
business of finding and selling books. We are from a library in the process of obtaining and disseminating books.
Well, that is true.
It's true. Fader?
So a
I would like to-
future
I would-
relationship is not out of the question.
All right, Fader.
Is it out of the question, or it is out of the question?
Isn't out of the
Yeah,
question.
you're
Right.
breaking up.
Correct.
Sorry, I'm using my phone. My internet went out.
Oh no. Oh, is that why you disappeared? I just
Yeah.
All right, so Fader?
So she said she would be willing to give us the books as long as we bring them back if we can't sell them. That's
Correct.
the last thing that she said. I would like to rest my hand on Mildred's shoulder and say to her, yes, we would be happy to do that.
Indeed, I think that is a very fair deal. You know, we should have connections that would be willing to purchase books like these.
So
And if you would be willing to trust us, we are willing to be trustworthy.
so are you guys lying?
I am not.
Yeah, I don't think I'm lying either. Like, I get a feeling that maybe some people at Candlekeep would be willing to purchase this book. I feel like they probably have a significant amount of money.
Well,
Now that
you know Candlekeep, they don't purchase the books. They're donated as entry fees. So people use them to pay to get in.
like every single book in the entire place represents somebody that's gotten inside.
From the story, that's but most of them. I'm sure other ones have probably been. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could try. I'm just saying. I
Well,
guess,
the truth
yeah.
is, if there are people out there that want to get into
Yeah,
Candlekeep,
exactly.
they may be willing to purchase it.
Exactly, and they could be standing in front of Candlekeep trying
Sure.
to get in.
Exactly. I say, dear, it may take us a little bit, but you know, I think that we can help you.
All right. So Zan is kind of giving you all the evil look, trying to really, get a good feel if you guys are being sincere or not. But at one point, he seems to have given up, and he looks at Corval and says, "If you trust them, I guess it's the best we have right now." And she says, you can see her kind of just get a little emotional inside, like she wants to start tearing up and crying. She goes, "This is the nicest thing. Thank you so much for doing this for us.
Well, we are the heroic types, you know.
People always treat us so badly, and not you." And she gets up and she walks out and goes into the room, the northeast door. And you hear her kind of rumbling around in that room, going downstairs.
Going downstairs.
Yeah, there were some stairs in that room. So Zan is standing there looking at you guys, and he just says, it is very nice of you, thank you."
Oh, you're very welcome, dear. I'm so glad that we can be of help.
Mm,
And I really appreciate the tea. It was delicious, by the way. You really
Thanks.
outdid yourself.
So yeah, a few moments go by, and Corvala comes up with the book.
Oh, would you look at that?
You see, yep. Yep. You see Mathfroth's Mighty Digressions. It looks just like the book that you had before, an exact copy.
Excellent.
And she
Well-
hands it over. She's a little hesitant at first, and she says, "Well, here you go."
Don't you worry, dear. We'll take good care of you.
Well, you
Well-
still have 2 others to sell, so once we sell this one, I suppose we go back for the other.
That would That would be splendid. Thank you. All right. So yeah, she hands you the books, and thanks you on your way out the door.
Thank you so much, dear. Once again for the tea and everything, and we'll be seeing you soon. And
What is Hemlock doing that entire time? What she had done?
I was gonna go out door,
Okay.
and did I see her go by?
You would have. Yeah, I mean, if you were staying in this room, she would have gotten up and walked by and went down that hall. Her walking speed is faster than yours, unless you like kind of dashed as fast as you could to keep up. Would you have done that?
I wanted to be on her, like crawl on her dress or something
Oh,
and
God.
walk through. But
This is where people make the choices in games that always comes out wrong. All right, so give me a. As she's walking by, you're gonna quickly try to run up and jump on her. Give me a stealth check against her passive perception, since she is not actively looking.
I have a +4 in stealth.
All right. She has a passive perception of 12.
14.
All right, yeah, you quickly run up her leg as she's walking by. You wait for the right minute and jump on her foot, and just hold on. Yeah. So she walks down the stairs. So you are familiar with the room that you were attacked in with the Gringotts, and you see her open up a hatch on the floor. There's a trap door leading down to a hidden area. Kind of beneath, there is a bed in there beneath the bed. And as she goes down, you come into a narrow descending passage that ends in a circular chamber containing 2 padlocked wooden trunks. You would have seen her go up to one of the trunks and open it to remove Mazroth's mighty digressions. Inside, you would have seen some other books in there. Yeah, you just would have seen other books. Like, she probably would have pulled out a few, went through them, and put the other ones back and closed the trunk and relocked it. Do you stay on, or do you hang out? Excuse me.
Yeah, you don't have another transformation to get the book and transform back into a spider now.
In the dungeon. I will stay on top of the wall.
So you jump off of her?
Yeah.
All right. All right, as she closes the trunk, you jump off of her, and she walks back upstairs and closes the trap door and puts the bed back over it. So you're standing in this room as a little spider. You would have heard, so as you're down there, you would hear them upstairs talking a little bit as she hands them the book. What do you do?
The trunk that she rifled through. And, I will try to, I don't have any pick locks. I'm proficient in thieves' tools, but I don't have any.
How are you proficient with thieves' tools?
Because I'm my background.
Oh, you would have them. You wouldn't be proficient if you didn't, like, you would need them to become proficient. So you would, yeah, I would say you would have them if you were proficient.
The lock.
All right, give me a thieves' tools check. I just read a lot of books and I became proficient with thieves' tools. I've never actually used them yet, so.
How do I do?
I broke all my locks and I just don't have another set. That'd be pretty funny. I need some kind of background. Let's see. You got an 11. Yeah, as you're going, it doesn't, yeah, it's too hard. You can't open this lock. But you know, like, if you can try to smash them open, things like that.
All right. Oh, I have a crowbar. I try to smash it open. I don't know.
She got away with the staff making a lot of noise. This is great.
We're underground.
I know. I mean, it's still gonna make a noise that echoes up through the tunnel. So I mean, it really depends. If you try to smash it, or maybe you could try to pry it. Well, if you try to pry it, I'm going to increase the DC by 1 because it's not the same.
Okay. What do
And
I do?
you're kind of small. So if you were like gonna smash it, I think that would be easier to break than trying to pry it. Right?
What do I think is
I don't
the
care. Same
softest
DC.
and not?
The
Okay.
DC 17 strength check. Yeah, that doesn't make. I'm not gonna go that detailed. That's stupid. Oh no!
God damn it!
You're sitting there, you're just like trying to pry this thing, and it. You just don't have the strength. You should have worked out this morning. So what else does she try to do? This is gonna be so interesting.
Can I try my thieves' tools again? I don't know. I don't know. My staff's upstairs.
How?
and,
Okay, put it this way. It depends on how long you're going to stay down there. How long?
I'm gonna stay a short rest amount of hour, whatever.
You're gonna hope that they don't come down there?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, how am I gonna? What would my DC probability of them going down there be? Let me see what else is down there to see if they would go down for that.
I mean,
Because I have a plan.
as soon as the charm wear off, I don't know what she's gonna do.
All right, so let me roll.
Also, what do we do for an hour? We're just like, what did Hemlock go?
Yeah, well, I'll go back and. Okay. So you guys leave. What does Bunk, Brandon, Mildred, and Fader do when they walk out?
Lovely time. Where the hell is Hemlock?
I would like to say something. After we move away from this house. First of all, where's Hemlock?
Also, wait, hold on. So, I can speak telepathically with Hemlock through this whole process.
You can?
Yes. Hold on. Wait. I think I can. For as long as she was within 30 feet of me, I could speak with her.
How? What is this ability?
Silent speech, because I am a ghostwise halfling.
Because you're a what kind of halfling?
Ghostwise. Ghostwise, I think.
What the heck? I've never even heard of that before.
Yeah, they're like the jungly halflings, basically.
They're generally isolated from the outside world, living in a hole in a swamp, eating mushrooms.
That's funny. All right.
So perhaps I guess I wasn't thinking about it before, but perhaps before I walked out, I would have been like, we'll be around the corner.
Considering, you would have known you have this telepathic ability for all your life, you would have. I could see you using that. So you would have told her that while she was down there. What would you have said?
Well, are we aware of any sort of like taverns close by?
Well, there's the place that you stayed. They had a little bar.
Is that close by?
Yeah, it wasn't that far.
Okay, yes. We'll meet you back there, dear. Good luck. Don't get killed.
And
Or
she
maybe we.
was never heard from again.
Good luck, you know.
She'll never.
When we're far enough away that it's, I'm pretty sure that we're not going to be overheard. I'd like
Oh.
to say.
Wait a minute.
Give-
I still have a transformation. As soon as I get
And?
out, I go around the corner and I switch back into a spider.
and
Give
then
me
what?
the book before you go.
What? Oh yes, here, have the book.
Give me the book.
But what's that gonna accomplish?
I'm gonna go in there too.
And then you'll both be stuck in there as people. Is that what
But-
you're saying?
But at least she has some backup.
So do you tell her you're coming?
Well, once I get in, I'm gonna like walk in and I'm gonna be like, Hemlock dear, where are you? Where did you go?
Did you tell any of this plan, or did you just?
Yeah,
go,
that's what-
I'm telling you the plan now. I'm gonna go back inside and help
that sounds
out.
like a horrible idea.
But she's in there alone, dear. We can't just leave her.
So there's two people making a mess of things in there.
If we get into a fight, I'll beat them up.
Sure.
Well,
sure.
we can't just leave her in there by herself. You know, she's
I
a
mean,
young
she
lady.
seemed pretty confident. Where the hell did she
And do
even
I
go?
not seem confident to you? What are you talking about?
Did you say that you can talk to her? And
Yes.
if you can talk to her, can she talk back to you?
within a certain distance.
Can she respond to you?
Yes. And this is all
Before
whispered,
you
except
go,
for the part where I
before-
say that I'm confident.
before you go back in, why don't you find out if she wants you to go back in?
Okay. So I'm gonna just go like wander around and be like, Hemlock dear, where are you?
Yeah, if you get close enough to the house, yeah, you're just within 30 feet of
Telepathically. You know?
yeah, it's in a direct line. You can talk to her.
Okay. I'm like, how's it going down there, dear? You know?
Is she like how is Mildred right now? Is she still walking on the side of the building or like against the wall talking to it or what
Oh,
is
she's creeping along. You know, keeping below the windows. Maybe she takes off her hat to sneak by.
what does her head look like?
All of her hair is all done up in braids and things.
Okay. I just didn't know if like there was mushrooms growing in it or anything.
There might be a bit of mold on top.
All right. So yeah, you contact Hemlock. What does Hemlock say?
Millie?
Hello.
Oh,
We're
hello.
outside.
Hello, dear. I
Yes.
am in a hole in the ground.
Hmm.
I don't have any shape-shifting abilities, and I'm
Hmm.
trying to open up a chest,
Hmm.
and I might need more distraction because I cannot get this damn thing open.
Hmm. Hold on a minute. I'll be right back. And I go back over here and I'm like, there's a chest in the basement she's trying to get open, but she can't quite do it.
I mean, we have the book. Why would we? No.
But there's other books down there.
Oh my goodness.
Are there other books down there that we need for the current mission?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I'm not even 100% sure what our mission is.
I thought our mission was to bring back the book that we now currently have in our possession.
Our mission was to investigate the Gingwatsums and prevent more of them from coming. I'm sure the book would be a bonus, but in general,
I guess the idea being, if they still have the books, they could potentially still make Gingwatsums out of them. And if they don't have them anymore, then they could not. Then they can't do it.
well, obviously they can make
may I
Gingwatsums of
just-
everything.
May I also just point out that if your issue is to make sure that they don't have any more books in their possession,
Well, no,
they
just valuable
own
books.
a bookstore.
I know, but specifically making copies of cheap books isn't valuable to them. They only make copies of the expensive books
But
because they're worth money.
you asked her while she was under spell if she would make any more, and she basically told you no.
Right. So I don't even know why we're here.
I'd like to
mentioned
make
this
a
earlier.
suggestion. I'd like to make a suggestion. We've
Yes.
got the one book. We've got a limited amount of time before she becomes aware that there's been something going on. We need to get away from here with this
Right.
book, and I have an idea about how we can continue to maintain the trust of these people.
Well,
But we
she's
need-
going
but
to
we
be
need to get
rather
away from-
perturbed when she finds
I
out
un-
that I casted a charm person spell on her.
I understand that, but I've
Although-
got an idea that will ensure that she will continue to
Okay,
trust us.
but we still
we have to get away from
one
here.
more problem, and that's that Millie. That's a Mildred. Or that is that
You're Millie.
I am Millie.
Hemlock.
Hemlock is stuck in the
Hemlock
basement.
is doing that. I know. We have to get. My suggestion is that we stay. We don't go too far away. We allow Hemlock some time to be able to get herself out, and we stay in the area to back her up in case things go wrong.
Hold on, I'm just trying to see. Why did all of my features disappear? Oh, here they are.
Well, I have a rather
Oh, there they are.
annoying suggestion, but
Yes.
it's one that has been forced upon me. So, Mildred,
Yes.
you have still enchanted this person to your will. Not to your will, but she thinks you're a friend. She doesn't trust Hemlock. So, if you were to go back in there, say that we believe that our little friend has gotten herself into a jam,
In that basement.
and ask her if we could please have her back, and we'll escort her to being arraigned with properly once we get back to Candlekeep for her dishonesty, and we can continue on our way. Another idea, while I'm doing that, while you're trying to do that, I can go and try to sell this book in the fancy inn.
No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Don't sell the book yet.
Boy, this has gotten awfully convoluted, don't you think?
Well, I've got an idea regarding the book.
Right.
But it requires us bringing it back to Candlekeep with us. If we can get ourselves away from here without these folks finding us, we can get back to Candlekeep, and then we can come back here if need be.
I get.
We still need to get our little friend out of.
I think that we need to be focusing our attention on getting Hemlock out of this house, not on selling this book.
I'm like, I just like sneak back over there, and I'm like, dear, do you think you can just like use your stealthiness to hide somewhere down there until you can turn back into a spider?
DM, what's the walls made out of in this basement?
I mean, so
Is it like dirt?
doesn't actually say, which is annoying. It's just like, yeah, it's just dug, I guess, into the ground and pretty much.
Okay. I'm going to try to dig my way up. When I can.
Well, you're under the house.
As a honey badger, I can dig.
But you have to wait an hour, right?
I know.
Okay,
So I'm gonna
yeah,
stealth. Well, I'm still trying to open this freaking chest. But then I'm gonna sit here and then concentrate and try to get my, take a short rest.
So we're sitting here for an hour then. Oh. They're going to start hunting for us. You know this.
How big is Hemlock?
I think I'm like
I don't see
even
it.
know. I think I'm like 5'6" or something like that. I'm a little
What's your
taller
race?
than me. I'm elf. Oh, 6 something? I'm an elf. A half elf.
I mean,
Like
she doesn't look that tall in the
5'9".
picture. She looks really like small.
You can tell. Yeah.
I mean,
am
so it's up to
small.
you.
I'm like 5'6". I'm a little taller than myself in real life.
Okay. So as you're looking around, you see the two padlocked wooden trunks. One of them she opened up was the books. Well, you don't know what's in the other one, but there's really no place for you to hide down here. So if she does come down the steps, you think you might be able to fit in one of these trunks, but definitely not the one with the books in it,
Then you would
because
have to get them open.
the books are too many books in that one. So you would have to. I mean, you don't know what's in the other one yet, so you could open it and look. For the other trunk, I'll give you a separate check to see if you can open that one if you wanted to do that.
Sure.
It's full of Gingwatsums.
Okay.
I'll be sad.
Give me check with your thieves tools.
It's another mimic.
Oh, thank God, that was the DC 15.
If you're proficient, you should probably get another bonus to that.
Oh yeah, you should get a
You
bonus
should get a
to
plus
that.
2 at least.
How do I do that?
I don't know. Make
I'll
it.
fix it.
Let's see. Well, can you? I'm sure you can figure it out. I don't see it yet. So anyway, you use your thieves' tools and you open it up. When you open up this trunk, you see that the bottom of it is just covered with gold. You see about 200 or so. Sorry. You see about 400 or so gold pieces on the bottom of this trunk, and you also see inside there's a silk kind of oval shaped something wrapped in silk on top of the gold.
Interesting.
That's the heart.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a heart. Don't open it.
I'm going to put the wrap thing in my pocket and start
Well, it's
shoving.
big. It's like, yeah, it's pretty big. It's like it's not. It does not look like a human heart. Like, well, it looks like a human heart, but bigger.
Ooh.
It looks like it's massive.
Is Millie still around? Can I go?
Oh,
Telepath.
I'm here, dear. What you see? Wait, am I? Yeah, I'm over there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I found the heart.
Okay, dear.
It's huge.
Oh, like a
How the
dragon's heart.
I don't know. How am I going to get this up there? I mean, I can make a tunnel. And I can make a tunnel.
So.
Why are we stealing the heart to begin with?
So at this point, I'm going to say 30 minutes have kind of gone by. And you can hear someone, Hemlock, up above you walking, going towards the trap door, and you hear them start to slide the bed over to open it. What do you do?
Oh my god. I go, Millie, make a distraction now. Millie, distraction.
Well, give me a perception check or insight check.
Okay.
Give me an insight check. I mean, you can see it. This trunk is big enough for you to fit in. That's why I asked you how tall you were.
I guess I'll go in. I'll go in.
All right, so you go inside the trunk with the heart and the gold.
Yep, and I start shoving some gold in my pocket.
Are you doing that before she starts to walk down, or as she's walking down?
Before she walks down. So
Well,
it's like
yeah,
the
you
chunk
can't
is
get a
like
lot.
up a little bit. I know.
Yeah, you just gotta grab a quick handful, put it in your pocket, and then close the lid. And that's when the trapdoor opens. And then you just hear the footsteps coming down the narrow passageway, and you kind of just hear them kind of pause as they come down to the landing for a second, and you don't hear anything. What do you do?
I stealth. I don't know. I be quiet. I'm quiet, and if I'm listening, if I hear Millie again, or if I hear steps, I don't know, anything.
Then this is when you remember the padlock is off.
The lock is not on the chest.
I know.
Let's see if she notices it.
I already knew that. I was like,
Yeah.
this shit's not gonna work anyway, because the padlock's.
So it's only been 30 minutes.
Yep.
I'm like, so I'll speak to her and just be like, is she coming up on you, dear?
I'm actually trying to picture the scene in my mind to see if I would notice the padlock, because I would have no reason to really look over there. So I'm going to roll at disadvantage, and I will say she needs at least a 10? No. How does this one work? If it's higher than 10, how does it work? Or do I
If
go...
she- higher than
if she
10, she
rolls
would probably
higher
notice.
than if she rolls higher than the DC,
Yeah,
she
then
succeeds.
yeah, then she succeeds. All right. 16 and a 20. She looks over at it and she sees it. She says, "Huh, I don't remember leaving this unlocked." And then you hear chink.
No, wait,
Wait,
I am going to telepathically communicate with her.
So what did Hemlock say to Mildred? What
I
was
said,
it?
oh my god.
No, I'm not going to telepathically communicate with Hemlock. I'm going to telepathically.
No, I know, but I'm asking what was it that Hemlock said to you first? What was it,
Oh.
Hemlock?
I said, she's coming. She's here. She's here.
Okay.
She probably sees
So I'm
me.
going to communicate with her telepathically, but I'm going to try and imitate the voices of the guys upstairs, like the other guy in the room. I'm gonna be
I think
like,
it works like that.
I'm just gonna.
In your voice, you're gonna try to imitate the voices.
Yeah.
You can't change your voice through telepathy. It would just be as if
Sure, it sounds different in your head than it does in your ears.
it would be the same as you speaking, because that would be like an ability to almost pretend like you're somebody else.
So
And
when
certain
I'm
people,
speaking
and there are certain
telepathically,
things
do I just sound like myself?
I would
Or does it-
rule that you do.
Do you
Yes,
think that she can tell that it's telepathic?
I think both.
So she's gonna be able to tell. So she can tell that it's telepathy, and she can tell that it's my voice.
You would know if someone's talking to you through telepathy. It doesn't mean it sounds like you hear them. I feel like you would know. You would feel it. You would feel this connection.
It's got that weird echoey sound to it.
Can I say before she unlocks the thing, I pop up and I cast something at her?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be like, this is Ladalia. They've stolen my heart. They're running away. Come and get me. Hurry! They've stolen
All right. What is Fader
That would
doing?
just make her
during this
open up the
time?
chest faster, I think.
Did you ask what Fader's doing?
Yeah. What is Fader doing? Well,
Hold the
I
lid
guess
down
you don't
here.
really know what's happening. So
I don't know what's going on.
so you're with Leopold, I guess, still in
Sort of
front.
looking at
Yeah. All right. So you say that to her telepathically, and
They're running away, and then I'll tell her, I'm like, hold down the lid or something. I'm like, Jesus. Oh.
This is like the worst idea. I can't even tell what they're doing.
She says, yeah, she's confused. What? And it's just gonna make her want to look now.
But you was already gonna look.
Well,
If
no,
she's
she was
gonna
gonna
look-
lock it. She was just gonna lock it. That's all she was doing, was locking it.
If she looks,
And
I
then
want to
you
cast.
said that.
Oh.
Okay, if she opens it up, I'm going to cast Charm Person on her.
All right, so yeah, she gets like, what? And she feels this anger in her because she thinks someone might have stolen his heart now. She thrusts the thing open and sees you. You cast Charm Person.
Two charm. She's gonna be so pissed off at the end of this.
Yeah, cast the spell. I mean, you're better off just killing her.
I thought that from the beginning.
Oh, I don't know what.
I'm
She has
just
to beat
messing
a
with you.
14. Or no, a 13.
13? Okay. A 13?
A 3-3.
13.
She fails.
Oh my god.
It's good to be friends.
This is the
I
worst
mean-
18 ever.
Good day, lady.
This is such a ridiculous spell, though. Because, I mean, it's like, how do you react if you see a friend in your trunk of gold? I don't think you would react kindly to even a friend, but I just like the story, so it's funny. So yeah, she opens it up. What does it look like when you cast Charm Person on her?
It is
Like
just.
this would never work in real life.
I'm like in shock, so my hands are like open, and there's just like hypnotizing little beam that comes out and charms her. I don't know.
It's like, and she like, yeah, she kind of gets glassed over her eyes for a second. Hemlock, what are you doing in there?
Oh, surprise! Happy birthday!
She said, why were you saying someone was stealing my heart? Nadalia's heart. Was that you?
That
Are
was
you-
not me.
Is this a joke? What kind of joke is this?
It's it's Millie. She's doing her little jokes again, you know.
Yes, it's just a joke, dear. Isn't it?
How did you get in here?
We're playing a game of hide and seek. I can't believe you found her in there. You're so crafty.
I love how ridiculous this is, so I'm just gonna keep going with this. So give me a deception check.
But me?
Yeah, you're deceiving her. So I'm gonna go with this and just see if she fails at disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
No, not you. Hers. Her check was her insight check. She says, I don't know if I really think this is funny, playing a game
No.
like this in her
What
heart,
was
but
Right. But yes, you know, it wasn't funny, and I'm very, very sorry. And you know, we've got to get on with selling this book, so we might as well just be off. It's getting late anyways.
she goes, well, don't do it again. And she
Absolutely
helps Hemlock out of the trunk, and she says, you didn't take anything, did you?
No, ma'am. Nope. We were just playing hide and seek.
She kind of looks you up and down,
I
just
thought-
giving you a smirk.
I thought you were playing with us. I'm
Give me a
sorry.
deception check, actually. You just deceived her. She will do another. She goes, what did you take?
Yeah.
You give her the money? Okay.
Yeah.
She laughs. She goes, I don't like this one bit. You're lucky we're friends. She
know.
I'm
throws the
so
money.
glad we're friends, by the way.
Best
And
friends.
If you guys
Best
were,
friends forever.
she goes, I'm grateful you're doing us a favor. So,
I know. Don't worry. We'll be back soon.
all right. And yeah, she sends Hemlock on her way. Do you just run out of the house?
Yep.
runs up the stairs. As you're running through the house, you see that Zan in the main room. As he's like watching you as you run through the front door. Yeah, and you find your way outside.
You know, this has gone surprisingly well.
Oh my god.
Very pleased.
What the hell did you
Well,
guys
time to
do?
go.
Let's away. Let's away.
Yes. Perhaps we should spend our evening at a place out of town. You know, further, like on the other side of town.
Very out of town.
You
I
know,
think
like
we
you
should
know
just
that
go back.
you know that. Yes, perhaps we should just head back and run horses. I say this
Yes.
telepathically. Off we go.
Okay.
Do-do-do.
So you guys leave Boulder's Gate and start heading back to Candlekeep.
Yes.
I'll
Alright.
see. I do have some gold. I'll see if I can rent either a carriage service or
Carriage.
some horses.
Perfect.
Okay.
I think a carriage service would be easier because we have no way of returning the horses.
Plus, you're gonna look for somebody to drive you all the way there. Or are you gonna buy the horses?
I guess either or, whatever cheapest. 'Cause I don't have that.
How do
I actually only have 20 gold, so we might be on the back of a farm.
Perhaps we can board a ship.
Is anybody interested in hearing my idea?
Yes.
Cliffy there.
Favor, what do you have?
So it occurred to me that Candlekeep would like to have this book,
Hmm.
and they would like to ensure that these folks don't send any more monsters. Why don't we see if we can get Candlekeep to make a copy of this book in that wonderful book copying place that they've got there at the library? We could then give them this book and return the copy back to our friends. Or we could bring this book to the library and sell the copy and bring the money from the copy back to our friends.
I'm pretty sure they just want the book. They are a library. That is their thing.
I understand that, but we might be able to get them to make a copy of it if we can convince them that having a copy will further the mission of preventing more of these monsters from arriving.
A copy's not going to be as priceless as the original thing, unfortunately. Or priced
But
as well as the original.
I understand that, but if she was expecting 250 gold and we return with even half that, with 125 gold,
I
She's
She'd
not
murder
gonna-
us for the rest of the things we've done to her at this point.
Oh, her. Yeah. You know, she has money in that chest. Not a lot, but quite a sum.
You tried to steal her money, didn't you?
Yes, dear. Yes, I did.
I like the sound of that.
My brain! My brain.
Do you have money, Leo? I don't see you forking me any cash over here. Exactly. I need cash. I'm sorry.
All right.
Well,
So
I think we did a good day's work, you know? I think they're going to be very pleased. We recovered one of the books. We've prevented them from making any more. We did a great job.
I'll just see if there's maybe a carriage going that way that we could buy our way onto for 20 gold or something. I don't know.
That seems like a lot of gold. I mean, all they have to do is carry us.
Maybe we can say we're security for them for the ride
Indeed.
there.
I've got the muscles to protect.
Yes, you do.
all right. So you guys are heading. isn't this map moving? Alright, so yeah, you're all leaving Boulder's Gate and heading back, or finding the carriage first? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, finding
Okay.
a carriage or horses or something.
How do I find this?
In
okay.
so the I just
Ca- Like a coach cab within between towns is 3 copper pieces per mile.
I wonder
How many
miles
miles
it
is it?
It's, what was it, 5 days travel? So every day would be, because the travel time or for a day you can do, we'll say that. Travel pace normal, 24 miles a day, 5 days travel, so 5 times 24.
125.
125 or so. Yeah.
It's like
120.
25 copper, so it'd be 15 gold. Or
no. It's like one and
that-
a half
is
silver
that-
pieces. No.
Is that price per person or per ride?
Per cat as the coach.
So 3 times 25
So
is
per ride.
75. So it's like 5 gold. It's like a little bit less. It's like 4 gold pieces, right? Per person, I would
Wait.
imagine. No.
It's just, I'm just gonna do it per cab ride.
Okay.
Because
So it's 75 times 5. So it's 375 copper pieces, which should be 3.75 gold pieces, right?
I can't do math.
Yeah.
375 copper pieces is 37.5 silver pieces is 3 3/4 gold pieces. It's 4 gold pieces.
yes, I can fit the bill for 4 gold pieces.
Dude.
That's very kind of you.
Yes, it almost makes up for you abandoning us and going up to your fancy schmancy hotel without us.
I believe what Mildred is trying to say is, thank you.
Indeed. Thank you very much.
Yes.
But damn you for abandoning us, boy. I want to know what the fancy schmancy hotel is like. That was Jamaican.
I know. Your accent keeps changing throughout the whole game. It's been funny.
It's
Like you were Scottish or something earlier, or Irish or Ireland, or Irish.
Just a wee bit for a day.
You have to remember, it's yeah. What was her name again? Lady Doubtfire. Yeah, Miss Doubtfire.
I know. But the Jamaican just wants to come right out of me.
No, it's great. It adds to her character because it's like, she's in her Jamaican character, so you know she's mad or something.
Yes.
Like yeah, so it's like that.
The
So
Jamaican Lily is always Jamaican.
yeah, I mean she could
Poor
totally. Yeah, I could see someone. Yeah, just when she gets mad, she just starts speaking like Jamaican out of the blue. I think it's great.
I'll box you down, you know.
And she's from the Bayou, isn't she? Like it's no, that's I guess that's the
It's
French.
a whole different thing.
So anyway, all right. So it takes you some time, yeah, to kind of go through the city to find a carriage service. I mean, it's a massive city, so of course they're going to have one. And yeah, he says, "Oh, well, I'll be leaving in 2 hours. So if there's anything you need to do while you're here, let me know, and then come back here."
I think what we need to do while we're waiting is to be as invisible as possible.
Yes, let's hide.
How you gonna hide?
Just, sometimes it's best to just hide in plain sight.
That's a horrible idea.
Perhaps we find out the route that the carriage is going to take, and we spend that 2 hours walking along that route.
Sir, if I
when the
paid
carriage
you an
catches
extra
up with us.
gold, can we just wait in the carriage?
Extra gold? Yeah, why not? Of course, go right in. So throw in another extra gold, and we can leave right now.
Fine, an extra gold, we'll leave now.
Awesome. Yes. Subtract
Do you
that.
happen to
And,
have a bottle of wine?
I can for an extra gold piece.
How about like 5 silver?
He says, nope, sorry, I don't have any wine. Not for you anyway.
You had one for a gold, you son of a bitch. I just like getting the character.
Yeah, that's a feisty one. So yeah, everyone gets in and he starts your journey back to Candlekeep. It still takes a while. It still takes 5 days because they don't really do anything.
At some point during the trip, I'd like to just look through this book long enough to ensure that it's not another Gwendol Ryzen thing.
I would have cast detect magic before I left. But yeah.
Well,
There's that too.
When you do the detect magic in front of them, or do you do it like? Do you try to? Because I know he's so sneaky. I don't know. I don't know what he's trying to. What his intentions are. All right, so you cast it in front of them. All right, so yeah, so he would know. Fader would know, I guess, that you did that. And are you still going to read it, or are you gonna just not?
I just don't want to be bringing another monster back into the library.
All right. Yeah. So he casts his detect magic.
Sure, yeah, I will look through it.
I just don't know if that's something Fader would do. That's all. Let's see. Yeah, so this is you notice it's just a collection of essays donated by someone called Yalerion High Scroll, a scholar from Waterdeep.
I will stop looking as soon as I realize that it has no information about psychic abilities.
Okay. And you put it down. So is there anything anybody else is going to do on this 4 or 5 day journey?
Perhaps when we stop for, potty breaks, I can search the woods for mushrooms.
Okay.
Fancy mushroom species.
All right, give me a survival check. As he pulls to the side one day to, let the horses rest and recover a little bit.
I'm an old lady. I need to pee like 5 to 6 times a day.
There might be just a hole in the back.
Survival. Okay, here we go.
I wonder if they did that back then. Had a hole in the back where you just poop and it goes right into the street.
I don't think so.
They're outside.
15.
15. You find some good mushrooms. All the average ones you would try to find in that area. You collect a bit, I would say. I don't know how mushrooms work.
Billy is definitely going to just be like rolling in the back of this thing. Just
get about 2 vials worth, I guess, of mushrooms, whatever. Yeah,
I just put it in a pouch. Well, first you have to dry them out.
Yeah, so you find like 2 pouch worths of mushrooms and head back before he starts to go. What is Leopold doing during this time?
When we do stop, Leopold takes some time. He acts like he's going to wander off, but he just goes to the back of the carriage. He sets his watch down on like the lip of it, and then takes a look around to make sure they're all not around it, and slips into it just a couple minutes or 2.
Okay. Yeah, when you slip into it, the same thing happens every time you go in there. You see Zikrin Zephrin's tome sitting on some whatever spot it could fit, wherever you look.
I get it. I'm looking for it. I will look for it when I get back to the keep. Okay.
And then you talk and the book just sits there. So what does Fader do?
Does Fader notice that Leopold? I mean, how big is this thing? And if Leopold just sort of disappeared?
Well, he specifically said he waited for no one to be looking.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I'm just killing time. I'm just waiting to get back to Candlekeep. That's where the books are that can teach me about my what's going on with my life.
Mhm. All right, Hemlock.
All right. I would like to watch Millie like pick up her mushrooms and stuff. So I'm sitting on the floor and she's going through, and I just want to say, Millie, I am so proud of you. You finally got the whole wild shape thing under, control.
Indeed, right? We did a great job back there, even though we were caught and almost killed.
Yes, but we weren't.
No, we
And
were
that
not.
was good teamwork. So I am proud of you
I am
because
proud of you too, and I appreciate your proudness in me.
you're going to be a great druid. I know it.
We're going to be a great team.
All right, you have a little druid bonding session, and yeah, you eventually arrive at Candlekeep. There is no incidences as you're traveling through this carriage. You arrive, and on a nice rainy day, it's just pouring down. You see there's only a few people at the gates trying to get in and standing in the rain, but you have your passes, and you all head in without a problem. And let's take our first 10-minute break. So I can figure out what happens next.
Jesus
Be
Christ.
right back. What do you mean you got nothing?
I got nothing.
What do you get at level 3?
Health.
You are
we get
a
a spell of some kind. Hold on.
you're a druid. What kind of
Yeah,
druid are you
we
again?
we get second level
Moon.
spells.
It didn't show up in D&D Beyond.
At second level, you choose the identity of your druid circle. So
Third.
At third level, you get second level spells.
Mm-hmm. 2 of them.
Wait, at second level, where does third? Oh, is that all that is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you get second level. You get second level spells. Yeah. So that's something.
Do I still just get 7 spells prepared? I could choose second level now?
You have. How does it work for druids? I don't know.
I think it works the same way. What's your wisdom?
You're asking too much. Hold on.
Yeah, druids is preparatory, so it has.
16?
Yeah, it's wisdom plus something plus your level, I believe.
Oh, for spells.
For spells known, yes, but you can change them at any time.
It's 8 plus your proficiency plus your wisdom. Okay. I don't have a quarterstaff anymore.
If you're a third level druid, you have 4 first level and 2 level spell slots. With a wisdom score of 16, your list of prepared spells can include 6 spells of first or second level in any combination. Over my head, I can't.
Brett, you have
Yeah.
you can prepare a number of druid spells equal to your wisdom modifier plus your level. So your wisdom is 16, your level is 3, so 6 spells it looks like.
Gotcha. And because I'm the moon, I get a 7th level. Apparently, the one I can talk to Beast is just something. I don't know.
Are you sure?
Oh, maybe not. No, maybe I do have 6.
All right. I mean, if you guys want to try to change your game in game 1, it's up to you. I already changed yours, Vader. I'll try to see if I can do Brittany's. Yeah, cantrips. Cantrips learned. What? You get 2 cantrips. Oh, you learn 2 more. Do you know you have all this magic, right?
I have magic?
Yeah, you have spells. Dumbass.
Why magic?
I know.
I'm magical.
I didn't know I was magic.
You're no longer a muggle, dear. Welcome to the crew.
All right. Well, yeah. So you guys make it back to Candlekeep. Congratulations, leveled up. When you first come into Candlekeep, I will go and say it is about late, like afternoon. We'll say 1 p.m. ish. The court of air is buzzing with some people right now. What do you guys do?
My back.
Should we
insanely hurts.
should we report in to someone?
What time is it? It's mid-afternoon. Yes, I suppose we could notify Snapple that we've returned.
Okay. Who goes? All of you? Okay, so you all travel over to the pillars of the pillars. And the pillars, you kind of know where his office is that he sits during the day. So when you arrive at his office, he is sitting at his desk. As he sees you come through the door and he looks up, you're back. All right.
Yes, we are back.
So did you find what the reason was of those King Watsons?
Yes, strangely enough, it was a group of jackal wares. They were not intending any harm. They were more just being con men. I would assume there would be easier ways to make false copies of a book, but they chose a very interesting one.
This is well, I'm not surprised. You know they're kind.
Yes, that's what I keep hearing.
He says, and what about the book?
We have retrieved one of the two books in question.
She says, oh, they actually had them?
And I believe that we, if the library could help us, I believe that we would have a good chance of collecting more of these books.
And he says, help you how?
Well, money, dear. They cost money.
But also, if the library could give us copying services of this book, then I think if we had a copy of it, that would assist us in continuing this mission.
Well, to be fair, they have promised not. They have stated that they pretty much can't make any more King Watsons. So that threat is gone.
The cost, he looks at you, he says, the cost of the copy, a typical book, is 100 gold pieces. He says, we're not going to spend that. He says, books are brought here, we do not buy them. He says, then
But
how do you have...
like books, and you probably also have money. Seems like...
Honestly, we could probably convince some of these people outside to buy from them, honestly, if we need to.
He says, yeah, he's looking at you really confused. She says, how did you get this book if you didn't buy it?
We convinced them we would sell it for them.
Would you like to buy it?
He says,
He's not gonna buy it.
yeah. He says, give this book back to them. It is not ours to take.
But technically, one of the people that you allowed in thought they had it, and they paid money for it. And then you took it in exchange for their coming in. So technically, you gave them access for this book, which you'd never acquired.
He says, no, because that person paid back their debts with labor.
Why don't you just sell it to somebody outside the gate and do what we said we would?
I mean, if I say this to the group, if the library doesn't want this, then I don't understand why we wouldn't do what Leopold just suggested.
He says, even he says, goes, that is a brilliant idea.
Seems good.
He said somebody will surely buy it outside. All right. Is that it? He looks, and is that all?
Indeed, we're so happy that we could successfully complete our first mission for you, and we look forward to the next one.
If you all don't mind, I would like a word with Mr. Snapple in private.
He says,
Yes, he
he
seems
puts
like
up
a
his
man.
finger and he says, "Before you go, though, can you all explain to me why I received this paper bird?" And he lifts up this piece of paper, and it says, "People from Candlekeep charmed this woman for her book."
Mm.
Well, she
Who
was
said
the
that?
Jackalware.
Well, we. Mm. Yes. Oh, well, we got into a difficult situation with the Jackalwares, and I thought that it might end badly, so I charmed her.
He says, he kind of, you see him kind of a little smirk, and he just says, "Just try not to do it again. You're lucky they're just Jackalwares."
Indeed, she had very pointy teeth.
Ugh, I hate Jackalwares.
Oh,
And, okay, you're dismissed. Leopold, I do need to speak to you as well.
Oh,
yes. I hope
Good.
you two have a spectacular time together.
No, yes. He kind of brushes you off.
Yes. I give Leopold a little wink on the way out.
it's, oh.
All right, so as you walk out, the door closes behind you magically. And what do you guys do?
I say to the others, I'm thinking that perhaps we need to have a conversation with Leopold about the possibility that maybe always speaking the ungarnished truth might not be the best policy.
But it seemed to work out pretty well, did it not?
I don't know yet. We don't know what the outcome of this conversation that he's having right now is going to be.
My mother always used to tell me that the truth will set you free.
All right, so Leopold, is there anything you had separately to talk to me about?
Yes, I was going to ask him about Zikrin Zaffron's tone.
Okay. So yeah, he waits for you to speak first. He says there was something you needed first.
Yes, on our travels, I came across an odd sort of rumor about a certain book that something is pulling me toward. A Zikrin Zaffron's tome.
Says okay, and what do you need me for?
I was just curious if you've ever heard of this person or book. I'm sure I can check the catalogs myself, but it seemed to be something a little more above the normal.
He says, "I've never heard of it in my years here." He says, "If you really believe it is important, write it down and I'll have someone look into it."
Very well then.
And then he begins to talk to you. So how long do you guys leave the hallway after that and go somewhere else? Or do you, I would assume.
I'd like to go to the bar and get some dinner and a
Yeah.
stiff drink.
All right. So you guys head over to the house of the binder. No, the hearth. I'm sorry, the hearth. Yeah. It's a buzzing day. People are coming in now for their kind of late lunches and or early dinners. So it's filling up. Leopold, you head there afterwards as well.
Yes.
All right. So you all meet up at the house, at the hearth.
I'm assuming this is after the thing that you sent to me in chat.
Yep.
Leopold looks like he's been put through a ringer. He's just like, oh God, no!
Are you quite all right, Leopold?
Do you, sure, I am great. This is great. This is wonderful. I need a drink. And I immediately go to the bar and ask for a very large bottle of wine.
But
Okay.
he's buying wine for everybody. Let's have a
No, no,
party.
this is for me.
You know, you're
I
so generous, lad. I'm really starting to appreciate you.
I don't think that he's really doing all right.
Are you sure? He said he was doing fine, and then he bought wine, a big jug of wine.
I mean, it looks like he's has a stomach ache.
Hmm. I examine Leopold closely to attempt to determine the cause of his distress.
All right. I'm sure he's not hiding it. So Leopold, what does it look like? The cause of your like, what is he doing?
Looks to all of them, then looks at the table, then looks at all of them, then looks at the table, and just puts his head in his hand and is just like, oh God, why me?
You know, it's been quite a first journey with all of you, but I got to say, I think we did a great job.
I have to agree, Millie.
Mhm.
Everybody did a wonderful job. Good job, everyone. We got the book. Snapple doesn't want it. We got a write-up that we charmed somebody. We did an excellent job.
It's a learning
love it.
experience, you know.
Oh, I know. I am happy. This is the best thing ever.
Hmm. Certainly better than copying books in that stuffy old library.
Oh, yes. Oh, dear. Here, I pull out a hanky. Here you go. It has my initials on it.
Wait,
I know just what'll make you feel better, Leopold.
he's crying.
Just take a wee lick of me toad, and
It's like a half
you'll be
laugh
right
cry.
as rain. I assure you, you'll feel so good.
I'm not licking that toe.
Oh, but he loves it. He loves a good lick.
No.
What's
Okay,
Fader doing?
you know, it's not for everybody, but I'll do it.
What's Fader doing?
I don't know. Fader is watching Leopold and trying to figure out what's going on with him because he did not give us a straight answer when we asked him what's wrong. Fader's
So you don't ask him?
a few minutes. Fader's gonna wait a few minutes and ask again. Leopold, are you sure nothing? Are you sure you're quite all right?
Leopold just gets frustrated. He's like, oh, well, you know,
I'm sure I don't.
I have been appointed as your caretaker.
Oh,
My
no,
caretaker?
no.
My
Oh,
caretaker.
Excellent. You'll have to be
No.
sure to take us to the fancy schmancy hotel next time. You can't let us just wander about by ourselves.
You are caretaker.
What exactly does caretaker involve?
It means I'm responsible for all of you while we're out on missions.
It means that we can't have fun anymore because Mr. Leopold here.
Oh,
Oh.
It means we can have a special kind of fun.
I'm just going to like telepathically speak to Hemlock and be like, it doesn't mean we have to listen. It just means that he's going to get to the one that gets in trouble when we get into mischief.
Truth, Minnie. You are- I just have a evil grid now.
Yeah, Mildred and Hemlock just all of a sudden stop talking and smiles on their faces. I love it.
Gonna take a big old swig of that wine.
All right. So what do you guys do for the rest of the day?
Get drunk and trip on frog juice.
All right.
Watch Millie trip on frog juice and
We're gonna be out dancing, having
dance
a
with
good
her.
old time.
Mildred,
Yes, dear.
I would say we just spent 10 days on the road and 2 days in Boulder's Gate. Have you checked on your mushroom patch?
Oh, well, I filled all the bottles full of water and then I turned them upside down in the plants. And, no.
Just asking.
I love it.
Didn't I ask someone to keep an eye on it or something?
No,
No.
you just set them up. What about Leopold? What does he do for the rest of the day or the night?
He drinks very heavily until he stumbles back to his room, belly full of wine and head full of regret.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, you you drink up and head back to your room at night as the rest of you, Mildred just dances and licks her toad, and you guys have a great old time. Is that what you guys do?
And then obviously
Celebration.
go back to my room to take care of my plants at some point.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you guys have a good old time. Spend probably more than you can afford, but it's up to you. Mildred, you lick your toad all the time, so you're used to this. Leopold, you probably give me a Constitution saving throw as you drink your sorrows away. Oh yeah, you're feeling it the next morning. Yeah.
Very tasty.
Did Fader drink a lot?
Fader kind of pretends to drink when we're out. He drinks just enough to have the smell on his breath, but he nurses his drinks.
He's just being Fader, his creepy self.
Sure.
Fader is so creepy to me. He's like following people back to their rooms, pretending like he's drinking, just like staring at everybody. It's like he's like the creepiest one. It's pretty funny, but he gets away with it. No one sees it. He's good at it. But in my mind, it's like just staring right at people. All right, in Hemlock. Yeah, exactly.
I don't drink a lot. I drink one drink the whole night because I have to watch Millie.
Really, she drinks as much as she can,
and still ends up back in her room. And when you get back there, yeah, your mushrooms are fine. You know what you're doing with these mushrooms. You're almost made out of mushrooms. So
indeed.
you were able to set it up just with some bottles of water upside down, and then you had your moss to keep things moist. And you had the whole system rigged up, and it worked out well.
Wonderful.
Leopold, yeah, next morning you're feeling it. It's hurting, but you still have to manage to get yourself up and get ready for the day.
I spend 4 hours in the watch, staring at the Zikr and Zephrin's tome, and then see another strange book he didn't notice before, and picks that up.
Yep.
And
It's right next to Zekrim's tome.
Well, at least this one I can touch. Oh. Oh. Interesting. And that'll be his packed book.
All right. Mildred,
Yes.
what does she do when she wakes up?
Oh, she just begins, tending to our little plans, and planning how to expand
I
and
love it. All right.
brewing a pot of tea.
Vader, standing outside Mildred's door.
No,
I'm kidding.
Vader starts his normal routine of polishing, cleaning, and sharpening his
Okay, yeah.
drow
I need to
daggers.
just write these down.
But while he's doing that, as he's sharpening the blade on one of his two daggers, in his hand he notices a sort of a green shimmer starting to form, and before he even realizes what's happening, a dagger appears in his hand, and as he looks at it, and it's wreathed in sort of a green mist, and as he looks at it, it vanishes, and he spends the rest of his morning just staring and thinking about what just happened, because he recognizes that effect.
Hemlock.
Hemlock gets up, fixes herself proper, and heads to Millie's room to wake her up like usual, and finds Millie up, and she just
Yeah.
talks to Millie.
Fresh pot of tea, come in.
Oh, thank you, Millie dear. And this
Have
is my
a
morning.
seat.
All right, dude. So it's like the same morning where she's always just keeps going, and then Hemlock has to drag her out so you guys aren't late for work.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. So yeah, you all meet up back in that library in the pillars. You come in and looks like there's just more books now stacked in there that were put there as you were away, that they just keep bringing from the from these places in Candlekeep that no one knows.
Oh no, we have to do this again. Don't you think they have more exciting adventures for us to go on?
Unfortunately, no, I don't.
It's our
believe so.
normal job.
But where's old Snippy Pants? He must have something for us to do.
I don't imagine there's an emergency every 5 minutes.
You'd be surprised in a place like this. I'm sure Snipples will be along shortly.
So as you guys are going through these books, you can see there's different piles of different subjects. You see ones that are about the Vistani and other planar travels. You see some books that are kind of about possible routes into and out of the Shadowfell. You see other books about local history, legends, and lore. You see some about the mining industry. Another one about the unexplained disappearances of individuals and entire settlements. Any of those would be interesting to anybody?
What was it about the Shadowfell?
Possible routes into and out of the Shadowfell.
That
I don't-
seems interesting.
I don't think that's somewhere we want to go.
What was the one about the disappearing of individuals in entire villages?
Into the Shadowfell.
Unexplained disappearances of individuals and entire settlements.
Now, do we see books
I'll take
on
a look
raising
at
it
that.
into
Okay.
the Fey realm? That's
Not in your immediate area, but you can like go off and look for books like that if that's what you wanted to do.
Yes, absolutely. I'm just going to go off and look for books that are far more interesting than these.
All right. So she's just throughout her day just looks at books and only wants to catalog the ones that she likes instead of just doing a pile. I love it. So yeah, you guys are going through these books, and Hemlock, as you're going through a book called The Book of the Raven, you see this piece of paper kind of falls out the back of it and lands in your lap. I will show you what you see. Mm. It looks like a map.
Ooh, how interesting. I pocket it.
Okay. You don't say anything to anyone?
I will after.
Okay. Yeah, so the rest of you are going through your books and your different kind of subjects, but you find nothing of interest, and your day just comes to an end.
Oh, all day looking through these books, and I didn't find anything interesting. What a place, you know.
I found a very interesting thing. I
Oh,
will
you
tell
did?
more.
Excellent.
Yep. Over a pint.
Wonderful.
what?
I could use a good pint.
Do you actually tell Leopold about it?
Nope, not yet.
So you all follow her back to the the hearth. Yeah, by now you guys are with Mildred dancing every night. You guys are walking in, people are like, "Hey, Mildred." Hi, Mildred. Hey, Mildred. It's good to see you, Mildred. Like, people are like saying hi to her in Hemlock.
Oh, hello, dearest. How are you? It's so good to see you all again. Are you ready for a night of dancing?
Are you gonna be? Yeah, we're just gonna ask. Are you gonna be dancing tonight? And they're like kind of laughing.
Course.
And they kind of laugh more and walk off. It's like a mixture of laughing at and people. Some people like it. Some people make fun of it. All right, you guys sit down. The bartender pours you all an ale. Whoever wants one.
Excellent.
All right, guys. I found something awesome in the library.
What did you
All
find?
right.
What did you find?
Just hold on. Leopold, you won't be a downer, would you? Will you?
I won't be a what? What did
A
you do?
downer?
What did you steal? What did you?
I didn't steal nothing. It fell into my lap and it became mine. Anyway,
Before you begin, Hemlock, Leopold, I just wanted to try for a moment to impress upon you the notion that you don't always have to run to someone to tell the absolute truth every time. It is possible to keep things to yourself.
Yes, because lying has brought us so much good fortune.
I'm not saying lie. I'm saying don't volunteer.
Whatever. I still have a book to sell outside. If you want to play with your little note that you found, I will let you do that. And I will go attempt to sell this book outside.
look what I got. And I place it down. It's a map.
Oh, a treasure map.
I mean, yeah,
It-
and it has like weird.
It leads to the secret dragon's treasure, full of gold and diamonds and magical items.
Millie, I mean, it doesn't say anything about a dragon, but
That
I
says the
think-
treasure is mine. And it says there's a worm. And a foggy
that is
moor.
true. You love foggy moors, don't
I
you?
do. Nothing better than a beautiful foggy morning.
Did Leopold
Follow
leave,
the
or did he stay when she pulled that out?
Let me roll a d20.
All right, what was Fader gonna say?
I was just reading the map.
Oh.
Follow the trail to the hand.
Okay, so yeah, he straight up left.
Does anybody recognize anything here?
No, but I think I understand this. Okay, so we are with the little birds in the corner next to the volcano. You see that little castle. Now that is us right now. See the little arrow? Oh my god. So the arrow in the corner. Okay, so we have
Yeah.
to go to the hand and horn, which is this weird hand in the mountains. By doing so, we need to. Oh. Are these rivers, you think? Or is this the good path? And this.
I suspect that the blue is rivers, and I'm saying that because it appears that the wood bridge is going across the blue, and the red is the path, and it looks like the red is going through the covered bridge.
Maybe that's lava. It's probably not lava. Anyway, we go up into the
I don't.
forest, past the forest, into the mountain to go to the Hand and Horn. And then from the Hand and Horn, we have to go past Three Tree Hill, which is over here with the three trees on top. You see that? See that? And then from there, over the River Warn, which means, I guess, the river bridge,
Probably
the wood bridge.
the wood
Um,
bridge. We're going
uh,
to the scorch of the red worm. It's a dragon horde, ladies and gentlemen. We're going into a volcano to find the treasure.
Where's the
if you
foggy
look at the red path up at the north, where it says which way, and then it says this way. Is that an arrow underlining this way?
Headed to the Hand of the Horn. And then we head
Right.
south, past the tree hill, over the river with the wooden bridge, and into the foggy moors, and up into the lava pit of the dragon.
So are we which way, or are we the little birds on the bottom? Which one? Where is our starting point here?
The way I'm reading this, with that arrow underneath the this way, I suspect that we're starting up at which way.
This is my assumption.
But this one says up through the trees. You see that little arrow in the corner?
I do.
Yes. Perhaps inside of the volcano is like a church with some bats.
What?
All right, and then we skip over to Leopold as they're trying to decipher this map. Leopold, you walk out at the front gates. I guess it's out after work. It's a little later in the day. It's like 5 or 6. You see some people like in line trying to get in. You see some people standing on the sides of Way of the Lion Road. What do you do?
I look for someone looking nervous, but well dressed, perhaps.
All right, give me a perception check. Nice. You actually do. You see this lady. She's standing off onto the side of the road. She's wearing very nice, noble clothes, and she looks agitated and annoyed. And she's just like looking around, and she is holding a book in her hand. And she's kind of just looking down the road as if she's waiting for somebody.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes?
I see that you're trying to make your way into Candlekeep. I am myself from there. May I examine your book?
She says, "Oh, don't bother. This stupid book is a fake. When I tried to get in, they told me it was not real. Oh, so annoyed.
Yes.
I paid so much for this damn book."
I see. I feel your pain. Well, it just so happens I do happen to be in the possession of a book that would get you inside.
She kind of looks at you, squints her eyes. "Why would you give it to me?"
Well, I'm not giving it to you for free, my dear, but I can let it go to you for the price of $2.65.
She says, "You think I'm that stupid to buy another fake book from someone selling it on the street?"
Madame, I am Leopold Asher of the Asher family. We do not sell fake goods.
She
And I'll show her my signet ring.
give me a persuasion check with advantage. Okay. So yeah, she says, "Oh, that I do recognize an authentic signet ring." And she goes, "And you swear that this book is authentic?" And she puts her hand up to look at it.
On my family's name, and I pulled it out to her.
She flips through it. She's looking at it. She says, "Well, I'm not a book expert because I thought this one was real, but it looks genuine." She goes, "How about we bring it to the gate? If they say it is real, then I'll buy it."
That's a fair assumption. I will escort you to the gate, my lady.
Excellent. Yeah, and she follows you up to the gate. The guards have the guy, or their book guy's out there, and he looks at it and he says, "Oh, yes, this is an authentic book." He says, so she takes it and she goes, "Oh, well, thank you. I'm sorry, what was your name again?"
Leopold Asher, my dear.
"My name is Mary. Mary Silvertone." She goes, "It is a pleasure to meet you." She goes, "And
Pleasure to...
I thank you for doing this for me. I was going to have to wait for my carriage to return, and now I can at least spend a 10-day here." She says, I hope to see you around."
Oh, I'm certain we can share a drink at the bar, my dear.
"I look forward to it, and thank you again." And she pulls out a little coin purse with money in it. She hands you, it's already like in little baggies, so she probably has 2 100s. And then she counts out 60 and gets you more. This lady was loaded. And she goes,
260 gold pieces for a 10-day, no problem.
and she says, "Shh, don't tell anyone I'm carrying so much." And she kind of laughs. But I really wanted to do some research. And she thanks you again, and she walks in. Good job.
265, so I'll spend 5 of it to arrange for, I guess, transport of the gold back to the Jackalwares.
All right. Okay, so you
And I
send.
pocket 10 gold.
Okay, yeah. While you're doing all that, we go back to Vader, Hemlock, and Mildred trying to figure out this map. What do we come in at? You're like, "I swear that's a river." I don't know. So some time has gone by now. So because he did all that, and he's off mailing it. So did you guys come up with any kind of conclusion?
Well,
I would.
so all I'll say is, obviously, hand and horn comes before Three Tree Hill. So obviously, we're going to be headed south.
Except that the path there by Hand and Horn looks like it leaves the map to the west, and then the path just sort of starts up again to the west of Three Tree Hill. So
I would imagine, to a certain extent, these are somewhat well-known locations. Perhaps we can, in a place of such vast knowledge, gain more insight into where these places are.
it would be very helpful if we knew where the starting point was, if we knew any sort of anything. I mean, we're looking at a map completely out of context.
Maybe we could just ask around, like, what is a which way? Or, like, is this what is this a which way? Like, is that another word for Candlekeep?
I suspect that which way the Hand and the Horn, Three Tree Hill, and the Scorch of the Red Worm are probably the areas that are most likely to be recognized as landmarks. I suspect if we said to somebody, "Do you know where the wood bridge is?" they would point us in a lot
Yes.
of directions to a lot of wood bridges.
Correct. Well, let's ask about.
Oh, is our giant friend here?
Oh, the giant! Yes, let's
Oh
ask him.
yes,
He's smart.
little one.
Yep.
Little one.
I mean, you couldn't miss him if he was there, since he is this huge ogre. And was he an ogre, right? Troll, right? Troll. I can't remember now. God damn it. Well, yeah, you find him, and he's sitting there in a chair next to the fire in the center of the room, reading a book. And it looks like really small in his hand, and he's just flipping through the pages.
Oh, little one, we have a question for you, dear.
Oh, hey there. What, how can I help you? I'll try to
Well,
get...
well, we found a bit of a map, and it's got some locations we're unfamiliar with. So we're wondering if
dear.
perhaps you are familiar.
She says, I could look at it for sure, for sure. I can't do a voice.
Just have a deep voice. Yoda?
Sounds great. I think
Hey,
you
Yoda.
should.
I know, I feel like
I
I was
like it.
doing Yoda.
Are you familiar with this here? The Witch Way, or the Hand and the Horn, or the Three Tree Hill?
Kind of leans down with his spectacles. No. But, I mean, this is a library. I'm sure there's maps somewhere.
You are right,
Yes,
little
you
one.
think. You would assume such a thing.
Would you have any idea where we would go to find these maps? Are we even allowed to see them?
He says, I'm sure you can find some. I mean, yeah, in the like in the tower there, I guess there would be like general library areas that you can find this stuff at for sure.
Perhaps
So he kind of
tomorrow.
points you in that direction of where they would be, like what building.
Perfect. Well, no need to delay. We're probably knickered, and it's time to go exploring.
He said, where did you find this?
It was passed to me, down to me by my father.
Give me a deception check.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
My father gave it to me.
He says, oh, okay.
Hello.
And
That's why I'm here.
he says, well, good luck.
Thank you, dear. You're always so sweet.
And he gets back to reading his book.
Oh, by the way, what are you reading?
Oh, this? It's just a book about the different realms in the Shadowfell.
Oh,
Hey, I
yes.
was just reading that.
Indeed, we were reading a book just like that.
Written
Let
by
me know if you-
it's written by Van Richen. Have you heard of him?
No. But let me know if you come across one about the Fey realm. That is far more interesting to me.
Oh, I will.
Indeed. Off we go.
Okay. I think Leopold got it. The new book that just came out.
Yeah, I did.
Fader doesn't get it. You didn't know the new book that just came out?
Is it out already?
Yeah.
It did sound familiar, but
Yeah, there's 2 new classes.
Two
Or-
new class.
2 new subclasses, I should
Yeah,
say.
subclasses.
Okay.
So yeah, he tells you gives you advice on finding the maps, and you guys start to head off. I think at this point you would see Leopold probably coming back towards the hearth. Well, no, you guys said you're going to stay and do it the next day, right? I'm sorry, it was late. That's
well,
right.
we're going to go right now.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to right now? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's let's do a favor. So everyone roll perception checks. We'll do a group one though. We'll do a group one between Brittany, Fader, and Mildred, and then Leopold to do one. I'm doing this for the fun of it. So we have Hemlock 7 plus Mildred 19 plus Fader 19. 3, 15. All right, so the group, you see Leopold first coming your way. He hasn't noticed you guys yet somehow. Do you guys wait, call on him?
Should we call on him?
Ugh. Must we?
He's kind of mean. Rude and sus.
Oh, it's too late. He noticed you now.
Oh, Leopold!
Oh, it's so good to see you again. What's going on an adventure?
We're gonna go study.
She said
Would you like to
adventure.
come? Yes, well, that's the adventure.
You.
Studying is an adventure.
No, none of you ever study. Oh God, what did you find?
Nothing. Are you coming with us, dear? Let's go. Little.
Come along, we need your
Focus.
astute observations.
All right, let's walk. Show me this paper while we walk. That you found.
How did you know we got a paper?
What do you mean? What do you mean found? Her father gave that to her.
My father gave it to me,
Shoot.
Leopold.
Lord Winston Whittlebottom.
I don't trust anything that comes out of your mouth. I'll be honest with you.
But I'm such an honest soul.
He was there when she pulled it out.
Oh,
Remember?
yes, anyway. Evil beware, dear. Come on now.
So, it's like you're lying right to his face when he was there. I love it.
I don't have to, oh. A treasure map. This is a treasure map. Oh dear Lord.
It's great, isn't it?
Are you?
Wouldn't having the treasure help us with the wear things, the Jekka wears?
Well, let's at least see what this may be in reference to, I suppose.
Indeed. It's research time, the exciting kind.
As long as it doesn't interfere with the work.
But
no.
it's after hours. And my work mostly consisted of looking for books that I didn't find.
I know, I got your report card. Again.
She probably went through so many books and didn't catalog like any of them until she liked one. But she still, because she still had to look at each one though. That's pretty funny. Yeah, so where do you head off to the library? Okay, so you all head off to the library.
We're looking for atlases.
Maps and
All right, so yeah, you come into the general library. You can see some avowed inside. There's an avowed at like the main desk area for assistance and things like that. When you guys approach and
Yes.
ask about looking at maps, and he just says, oh, go down here, take a left, take a right, and he just gives you directions to like the aisle where you would find maps.
Now, is there any opportunity? Is there like index cards?
He says, what are you looking for?
Well, we are looking for any sort of reference to these specific places. Which way, the Hand and Horn, the Tree Hill, or Scorch of the Red Worm?
or the wood bridge.
Probably not so much the wood bridge, considering it's a wood bridge. Which probably all the wood bridges are. They're stone.
What is happening? She's just like mumbling to herself. What was that? That was funny. Okay, so I'm trying to find his thing so I can roll for him. Let me see. He says, of course I know those places. I studied geography.
Oh, wonderful! I knew that you were the man I was coming to find. So,
I rolled his history check, and he rolled a nat 20.
So,
please share with us your vast wealth of knowledge.
is any of this anywhere near here?
He says, no, this place is about a 3-day travel. He says, I've definitely heard of which way. He said, yeah, that's about a 3-day travel. He says, these other places, they look more like just landmarks of this general area, so I don't really know them. But I know, and this mountain, or this volcano, yes, this is definitely in that area of which way. He says, it's about
Is
3 days travel to the east, northeast.
That's just to get to the first part of the map.
We'll
Is
have
there
to go.
anything we need to know about which way? Dangerous? Who owns which way?
He says, no one lives there now. It is an abandoned city, I believe. It kind of came to a halt hundreds of years ago. Surprised there's anything left there. Surprised if there'd be anything left there.
Oh, it sounds dangerous.
Sounds spooky.
Exciting.
He says,
thing.
where did you
Sounds
get
fun.
this? Oh, no, you just asked him. You didn't show him the map, right? Yeah, you just asked
No.
him. Okay. He says, yeah, why do you ask about those places?
Well, my father wrote a letter about it. He wanted me to do some
Give me
research
give
on
me a
it.
deception check. It's like she's been lying so much.
My father, Hebe.
Everybody is as a super
Leopard.
sleuth. It's like an FBI and lie informant.
I know.
out there.
He kind of just gives you a squint and says, okay, whatever. He says, like I said, there's nothing left of that place.
Okay.
We'll have to go to Snopolis and ask him if we can go on an adventure.
Oh yeah. Maybe like
Maybe
lost knowledge.
maybe not phrase it as we would like to go on an adventure though.
Let's go on a research trip.
Better,
Adventure.
better.
By the way, what book did we get this out of?
The book about the
book
Shadowfell
Little-
and missing.
Little
The Book of the Raven.
Book of the
right.
Raven.
Yeah, did you even look through the book? Because once the map fell out, you just... Did you finish going through the book?
Yes,
Yeah.
I finished going through the book.
Of course we did.
Because I was wondering maybe if they had anything in it about this map.
Very curious.
Okay. So...
We even lied to the DM.
I know, right? She's just like, yes. She's like, yes.
Yes, I did. I was even miming it.
I was asking that way to give her the opportunity to say she did it. Because, I mean, she could have. We didn't really
Yeah.
focus on that. So, so yeah, this book was a tale of Vistani and this author. It was a first-hand account written by an anonymous author, and it was a woman, and after falling off her horse and breaking her leg, she was rescued and befriended by Vistani travelers who graciously nursed her back to health. The author and her horse traveled with the Vistani for 3 months, during which the author spent most of her time laid up in a Vistani-covered wagon, where she took to writing this book to pass the time. Although a dozen Vistani are colorfully described in the tome, only 2 of them are mentioned by name, which was Drasha, a teenage girl who applied the bandages, and Darzan, a one-armed boy with a terrible fear of wolves, who sang beautiful songs to help the author take her mind off the pain. The book provides a detailed account of the Vistani way of life, with emphasis on their food and music. Their overland journey is also discussed, albeit from the viewpoint of one who spent most of their time inside of a wagon. She also describes roads and days of travel through impenetrable mists and thick forests, crackling fires on cold nights, wolves howling in the dead of night and ravens pecking at the roof of the wagon in the wee hours of the morning. And she also, late in the book, right before the map kind of fell out, the author writes of being able to hobble about on crutches. She describes the cheery mood of her benefactors as Vistani caravan describes the cheery mood of her benefactors as the Vistani caravan traveled in a winding mountain road to the gates of a tall, dark castle. And then the book with the description of the castle, of its dreadful consonants. The writing abruptly stops on the third to last page, as if it was like snatched from her.
I
So
say that to the
you also learn all the lore of Vistani, that Vistani are planar travelers, often encountered in the Shadowfell, and they seem to be immune to the despair that besets all of visitors to that plane. They travel in horse-drawn, barrel-shaped wagons and have no permanent home. You learned that the Vistani display their wealth openly as a sign of prosperity, sharing their good fortune with friends and strangers alike. Vistani resolve disagreements through contests that end with reconciliatory singing, dancing, and storytelling. The Vistani families can be big or small, but each family is, this gerontocracy? What is that word? Gerontocracy? Like a democratic thing? What is this? What is this word?
Can you post it in chat?
Yeah, I just did.
Oh. Gerontocracy. I've never
Yeah.
heard of it.
It's
Gerontocracy.
it's like the older people are in charge of the.
Gotcha, like the elders.
Yeah.
Oh, why didn't you just say that? I'm like, now I lost my spot. Oh, here we are. Okay, it says it right after, with the oldest member ruling. This elder has most of the responsibility for enforcing traditions, settling disputes, setting the course of the group's travels. You also learn that Vistani have power, like the gifts, and the Vistani believe that ravens carry lost souls within them, hence killing a raven is considered bad luck in Vistani culture. For the map, however, you can tell like it kind of was put, it had nothing to do with the book, it wasn't part of it, it was put in there, so you know that part too.
Wow, so I'm proficient in Vistani.
Nice.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
All right.
Well, perhaps we should get some rest and prepare to, head out on a journey tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we need to get permission first from Snapple.
Oh, old Snapply Pants is gonna give us just what we want, I know it.
Let me talk to him.
All right, Leo, but don't tell him the truth. Don't say I found him.
Oh no, tell him everything. He's gonna be on board. He wants to get down to the bottom of this thing too.
What?
I don't know, man.
I'll go talk to him. I'm telling you, we can get it done in a.
No.
in a
I will talk to him.
But you seem so perturbed, dear. I don't want to stress you out.
That's going to be my natural state of affairs, apparently.
I don't know that we're the cause of it. I think it's just your natural state, regardless.
Good night.
Good night, dear.
Good night.
Come see me for a cup of tea in the morning.
So
Before going to bed, I'm actually going to stop at the general store and see about 10 gold worth of incense.
okay, what is Mildred doing for the rest?
Well, it's pretty late, right?
Yeah, it's late. It's like about.
Yeah, just go. Do a little tending to the plants.
All
and
right,
then...
so you're just going home. That's what I'm.
Yes.
All right, and
Yeah, I
Fader.
think it's fine. I'm excited for tomorrow.
All right.
It's like Christmas morning.
Fader and Hemlock.
Fader goes back to his room and practices
That's cool. Are they like spectral?
It looks like a spectral
Version.
like a spectral version of his drow dagger.
Gotcha. Hemlock?
I turn into a wolf and I run around outside the gate, and then I come back in.
So you run outside the gate and you just see this long road, water on both sides that leads to the mainland. Do you just run down the main road, or just turn around and people are probably like, a wolf, a wolf, like start screaming. how do people?
I find a little hill. And then I sit on it and I just howl.
All right. I mean, yeah, if you just ran right by and just kept going, they're not gonna obviously try to go after a wolf. And you go up on top and start howling. All right, now we have to hear a howl. Perfect. You hear some wolves howling off in the distance, and you all get your long rest.
Woo!
So yeah, morning comes. We'll just say you all do your rituals, unless there's something specific you wanted to do. And you would meet up either in the courtroom or the court or your library. Where would you guys meet?
I would think we'd meet in the courtyard since our plan
Yeah.
is to go off on a trip.
Okay.
Well, the plan is to. Well, perhaps we go get some breakfast
All right,
and
Hemlock.
send Leopold off to, attempt to coerce Snapples.
All right, Hemlock, give me the map.
You're not gonna confiscate it, are you?
No.
Do you think he's gonna take it?
I don't see why he would. There's not.
Can
a
we
lot
can we
on it.
make a quick sketch of it
That's
first?
what I'm doing, real quick. A really crappy sketch, and I write the little note in the corner. Right here.
Okay, I will
That was
go and see Sir Snapple.
Okay.
Tell Snapple as I said hello.
Before you
Oh,
leave,
Send him my best regards.
before you leave, my friend. Hold on, I want to try my new spell. Enhance ability.
What the hell? That's-
Oh God, what are you casting on me?
Owls.
Oh God.
Which one? Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Charisma.
Yeah, the charisma one. E equals splendor.
Nice job.
I
Oh,
tap
he's
him on the
looking more.
shoulder.
He's looking more charismatic already. Look at that smile upon his face. He's
Oh,
looking
he's not.
so personable.
He's not quite as horrible as I thought.
Indeed. He's got the splendor of an eagle.
One second.
Did you
take
even
out
cast it yet?
Oh, never
And
mind.
I go 1, 2, 1, 2 on each shoulder. And then I go, "Woo." And then you can talk.
Hello. Oh, there it is. Now I see it. Shimmering.
An eagle in the background when it's cast.
Awesome. What is that? A sleep react?
Do you feel splendorous?
Don't worry, it's clean, dear. I cleaned the feather because I knew that this was going to happen.
He looks
Next
as though
time-
he made his saving throw.
Next time we're gonna give you the cat's grace. You'll be null nimbly bimbly.
You get a
Great.
little bit of cat fur on the cat's grace,
No, don't you
unfortunately.
dare put cat fur on me. I'm going to see Snapple.
It's my personal cat hair. It's alright.
We believe in you.
That doesn't make it better.
All right, you walk off. Yeah, you find Snapple in his office. He's just writing with his little ink quill on some papers.
Hello, Sir Snapple. Have something to bring to your attention.
Yes, Mr. Usher.
So apparently, the lovely individuals you put me in charge of actually stumbled upon something somewhat interesting in one of their books.
He looks
And
up, and what might that be?
It appears to be something regarding a town that disappeared and possible reliquaries within.
He says, "Where is this? Did you bring it?"
I did. I'll place it on his desk.
He looks at it. A map. He says, "And you found this in which book?"
The Book of the Raven.
He closes the map and hands it to you. Says, "Okay, put this back in the book, catalog it, and when someone can get to it, they'll look into it."
Yes. What if we were to go and investigate? Let's face it, these folk are not very good at cataloging.
He says, these books have been sitting here for decades. He says, "Whatever this map leads to, it is not important, I assure you." He says, "I understand. You just want to go on a treasure hunt. Unfortunately, you have work to do."
I would rather do the work, honestly, but
"Then
let's
get
face it,
to it, Mr. Asher."
these folk do need a distraction from time to time, or else I will never get them to be a team.
I mean, give me a persuasion check. I mean, it's a high DC because he's not interested in
With advantage.
in this. He says, "We hired you for a reason. I put you in charge for a reason, so you can get your work done. And the first day you are in charge, you come to me with a map so you can go gallivanting." And he throws it at you. "Good day, Mr. Asher. I'm beginning to think I made a mistake."
Yeah, you kind of did. I mean, look at these crew. I don't know what to do with them.
"Good day, Mr. Asher." And he gives you a look.
Fine, very well, sir.
Leopold comes, he sees the three of you waiting.
So when do we leave?
How did it go, dear?
You're
Did
going
you
to need more.
did you
of a-
represent the eagle's splendor?
You're going to need more of a carrot than a treasure hunt. And I just toss the map back at him. Work in the morning.
It is the morning.
He's so frustrated. He just doesn't even know what time it is. He's already like done for the day. That's what it is. He already feels like he.
Isn't
right.
telling time kind of your thing?
Poor Leopold.
His watch is broke. Who knows?
Let's go ask little man, little guy,
Excuse me.
Little
the
one.
little one. Yes, the little one. Maybe he knows how he can coerce old, tight bottom snapper pants.
Maybe if we work hard, maybe we get to play. You know what I mean, guys?
Like get a holiday if we get a lot
Yes.
done. Maybe they give us a couple of days off.
Yes. What do you think?
I
I hate it,
but
but
I just,
treasure.
but we can
Shinies.
be, but potentially we could be, just d- cunning or creative, or I don't know the word for it necessarily.
I hate to say this, but doing the job and doing a lot of it in the hopes of getting a day off would probably raise poor Leopold's spirits. He looks awfully dejected over there.
Well, I suppose we can put in a hard day's work today and then try again tomorrow.
Try every single day to try to get to this adventure.
That's what we should do. We should put in a hard day's work. The following morning, we ask again.
Well,
If they say
Then
no, we
we
put
can
in
then
another
we have,
hard day's work.
and we can work on it during the evening. After hours.
All right. How does Leopold respond to this?
Did he even hear any of that?
Yeah, because they're right next to you, aren't they?
Well, he had started to storm off.
Oh. Did you guys follow?
Yeah.
Okay, he falls
Yes,
flat on his
I
face when they
totally-
mentioned working hard.
What happens to his face? What?
He falls flat on his face when they mentioned working hard.
And that's we'll end our game today. Them falling flat on his face.
Oh god, I had a hot.
Oh god, this is funny. This is funny. I love it. This is a great story. I don't know. Did you guys have fun? It's like all roleplay.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I did. I'm excited to follow the map.
I'm excited
may
to
have
see
to
how you guys
may have to go.
get your way to
We have
go.
to go we have to go AWOL.
We just need to be-
get in that library.
We
Well,
also
me
need
too,
to be
dear, but
careful.
we're gonna do that sneakily as well.
If we go AWOL too often, is there gonna come a point where they don't let us back in?
If we go
It's
AWOL
possible.
once, they're probably not going to let us go back.
That is quite
Maybe
possible.
we become a special group that does outside work.
Yes, that's the
Maybe-
goal.
Maybe we become so useful and so good that we start being able to write our own ticket. We decide our own.
So, I've got an idea. So now, instead of going and working hard, we research why finding this treasure is so important to them.
That is basically what Leopold said.
And at that
Said
point,
find
Leopold,
You are
something
so
Leopold
better.
manages
smart,
to pick someone.
Indeed. I'm so glad that I came up with that wonderful idea.
I think she did that before, didn't she?
Huh?
I think you did that before. Like said his idea.
Well, communication is so important.
Oh my god, I love it. I love the dynamics.
Veins throbbing under the hat.
Yeah. This is great. Yeah, I love it that you guys have to figure out how to do this stuff. That's fun. I knew that would be fun. I can't wait to see what you guys do or how you guys figure it out.
We'll figure it out, I'm sure.
Yeah, because it's fun.
We're certainly not going to work hard. I mean,
That's what makes it funny. I can't wait to see how you guys get out of it. It's so far. It's like you guys. It's fun that you guys are using roleplay to get out of all the situations, except for those thugs. I think you killed one.
Yeah, we killed most of the thugs.
Oh yeah, you killed both of them. That's right.
I think we killed a couple of plugs.
Yeah, that was funny.
Good times. Good
Poor
times.
Leopold.
Oh, he's fine. He's doing just fine.
I know, and then we have Brittany's or Hemlock's story. She wants to
Yeah.
get into the library. I can't wait to see how you try that one.
I need to get in there too.
He tries to steal the heart from
You
the
probably
document. Jesus
all
Christ.
need to get in there. So if they're not going to let us in voluntarily, we're all going to have to get in there involuntarily.
That heart is something big, and we should not help them. I don't know what it is.
No, I'm pretty sure that that is not like a good person. Although maybe it is. I mean, every time we checked, they were telling me.
Honest, and we're
So,
just like, "F you, you're
Right.
me, you're bad."
yeah, very possible.
On the other, there's something to consider is that Mildred just said that every time we have done a check with them, they've
truthful.
been. It seems like they're telling us the truth.
And I've gotten some good rolls.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so technically that's how you should be responding.
I mean, so it's not. I don't think it's a guarantee that if we were to help them bring this person back, that we would be bringing back somebody evil.
Like the only thing, the funny thing is, the only thing that's causing you to think that is that stereotype on jack-o'-lanterns. And that's exactly what she's been talking about the entire time.
Well, now, hold on a second. They also happened to create like demonic things that tried to eat our souls. And they have mimics in their house. And more of the soul-eating things.
All of this is true.
But you didn't know about, I guess, that until, Hemlock told you. Yeah, that's true.
To be fair, they probably found the same things in every
Yes,
normal
and they
wizard
also happen to
towers.
have someone's heart in a box in their basement.
In the
What do you
basement.
mean? Having, what are they called again? The mimics? Those are like pets.
Those are not pets.
They're they're sentient creatures.
Yeah, I mean, you
They're
could
evil. They're
probably-
definitely evil.
No, not necessarily. There's
Mimics, I don't think so.
there's like colonies of them. They like, there's like smart ones, and they have little colonies, and very rare, but it does happen. There's like a little thing on mimics in, I think, one of the newer books. It's really interesting to read. They have like
Okay.
social like stuff in there.
Sure. Yeah, I was not aware of that. That's interesting.
Yeah, I wasn't really aware of that either. They're not that dumb.
Okay. Fair
Well,
enough.
not all of them anyway.
Well, every single time I have ever run into a mimic, it has tried to eat me. So,
There was
They're
a
hungry.
campaign,
Yeah.
naval campaign, where they basically lived on a mimic ship, which was a lot of fun.
that's kind of interesting. Well-
A rare few have evolved greater cunning and have the ability to carry on simple conversations in common and undercommon. Huh, that's interesting.
Fair
Like-
enough.
But not that mimic. He was hungry.
Yeah.
He was starving because they don't feed him. See, they're not evil.
That's right. See, they're not nice.
No, they're
I'm
not
not
evil.
Because they don't.
I'm like-
That's how are you gonna have? a
Because they're not
good-
feeding their mimic.
good. These things are good. They're just like they're pets that they don't. They starve so that they attack people, like
Hey,
some sort of like psychopathic junkyard owner.
they could be like vegetarian, you know.
And they don't like killing animals for it. We don't. They keep feeding it lettuce. I don't know. Just making up stupid stuff now.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I definitely got a lot more spells now.
No, I love it. I love how this game is progressing so far.
It's pretty good.
Interesting to see the psychic rogue. That's gonna be.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh, I did see something about that.
yeah, it's gonna
Psychic
be cool.
I just tried to attack with my new blade, and it didn't give me an attack. So I'm thinking I'd still make my attack with the dagger, and then roll
Well-
psychic blade damage.
It's a weird one. Yeah, we gotta look that up.
Oh, you're a psychic rogue?
I am a soul knife. Yes.
Interesting. Didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, it's you just use like a dagger and then just switch it the damage, I guess.
Yeah, it's a normal dagger, but it does a d6 plus
Right.
the ability plus either strength or dex.
Yeah,
Which would be
it's
dex.
D6 instead of D4 for the.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
For
a
the
d6
damage.
and it's psychic instead of piercing.
It's pretty cool.
Interesting.
That's a cool little power to have. Like, just throw like these little psychic,
Oh, yeah.
psychic knives, psychic daggers.
And at that, that's not the best power.
No, I know, but it's just a cool power to have.
And he can make a range attack with a second blade.
I can make a
With
range
bonus
attack with
action.
the first blade.
Well, you could basically make 2 range attacks with a, but you
With a 60-foot,
Yeah.
60-foot no disadvantage range.
yeah basically it gives you a free bonus attack too with that thing.
Yeah, it's just a offhand attack. I would get that if with two normal daggers in my hands though.
Yeah.
Yep. What did you take, Hemlock, for your spells?
The spell, Healing Spirit, and the one that I just used, Enhanced Ability.
Okay. So do druids have access to like all their spells? Oh, they do?
Yeah, they do, and they just prepare what they want.
They're like
That's
clerics.
cool.
They have a preparatory list of all their spells, just like clerics.
That's really cool.
That is pretty awesome, actually.
I feel like more level 1.
Because it means like if we like want to do something like out of combat, we can, you know,
Yeah.
prepare all sorts of different kinds of spells.
How did you add all the level 2 spells?
How did I add them? When I leveled up, it just added them all, which makes it weird because I don't have all my level 1 spells, but I have.
I'm saying I don't have all the level 1 spells.
It's probably because
I have all the level 2
we
spells.
added the new module. Is probably
Yeah.
why.
That seems about right.
Uh-oh. And what did you get, Leopold?
Well, I got my book, so I got 3 new cantrips. I got Mending, Mage Hand, and Shocking Grasp. Then I got one more Warlock spell, and I switched out one of my Warlock spells, so I now have Mirror Image and Suggestion. And then I have the ritual spells, Find Familiar, and Comprehend Languages.
That's pretty cool. It's interesting. I like the selection you have of spells.
Yeah, it's a little more geared. It does have some combat in it, but it's a
Yes.
lot geared toward.
Yeah. What's it called?
Yeah, I did the same because you said there wasn't going to be combat, but we actually have gotten into a fair amount of combat, so.
Yeah.
But
Well,
still pretty good.
Oh.
let's face it, for a Warlock, combat is Eldritch Blast, Eldritch Blast, Eldritch Blast.
That's funny. Brittany's like, that's what I do.
That's me. But I do in my other D&D campaign, I'm a warlock with a pack weapon. Yo, that pack weapon is boss.
Oh, just wait till you can get Eldritch Smite. That is you'll be dealing Paladin level damage in no time.
Mm-hmm.
What's funny is if you multi-class into Paladin, you get Eldritch Smite and Divine Smite in the same attack.
Whoa.
Eldritch stuff is pretty good.
Oh yeah, I can't wait till I basically get to do Sending for free with the Book of Shadows at level 5.
I can currently telepathically communicate with 2 people who I can see when I set it up, and as long as they're within a mile of me. after that for an hour, we can talk.
Okay. So a lot of us are psychically talking.
Yeah, there's some new Book of Shadows ones that are new Pagatome invocations that are really cool.
Yeah, I haven't read through all of the new classes in Tasha's. I really want to.
Yeah, so Pack of the Tome level 5, basically a person writes their name in the Book of Shadows, and then you can cast the sending spell to them whenever you want. But that person has to write it in there. And you can do that to a number of people equal to your proficiency bonus. And then Gifted Protectors at level 9.
Totally want to steal his book and write my name in it.
Yeah.
And Gifted Protectors level 9, when somebody writes their name in your book, you basically get the death ward put on them.
Every book he gets, I'm going to steal and write my name in it.
Wait, what is
That's
this
like a
at
good
level
idea.
9?
It says with my position. With my permission.
What is this? A evocation?
Yeah, it's Gifted the Protectors. It's in Tasha's.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so a new page appears in your Book of Shadows. With your permission, a creature can use its action to write its name on that page. When any creature whose name is on that page is reduced to 0 hit points but not killed outright, the creature magically drops to 1 hit point instead. Once this magic is triggered, no creature can benefit from it again until you finish a long rest. So basically, you get a free party wipe protection. Well, not free, but yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a very nice one.
That is pretty awesome. I mean, I don't see him. Is Leopold going to put them in his book?
I mean, they are useful at times.
I'll be like, I'll erase your name from my book if you keep this up.
Right. I think we've proven our use here, you know?
Oh, yeah, it was great. I love how you guys are using your abilities to, like, get things done.
Yep.
It was fun.
Cause trouble.
I can't wait to see what Fader does with his psychic abilities. I want to play a psychic rogue now.
Yeah,
So-
it seems pretty interesting.
I want to play the other one that came out, the like death one. What the heck is it?
Phantom?
Yeah, the Phantom, where you basically trap souls and keep them on your belt.
That one did seem really cool, actually, too.
Okay.
You can pretty much, I think you can deal half your sneak attack damage to somebody else, so you're dealing more sneak attack damage, which is always good.
Gotcha. Alright. I need to call it a night.
Sounds good.
Yeah, good night, guys.
It was fun,
Been a real
guys. Bye.
Good game.
You all next time.
Night.
Night.
Same bat hour, same bat channel.
Yep. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate your time. If you liked what you watched, you can catch my other games on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Feel free to join my Discord channel for updates. And it's been fun. See ya.